Hello, you must have heard people say things like, oh, I don't judge other people. I don't want to be judged. That is wrong. If you refuse to judge, you have committed a sin. Why do I say that? In John 14:15, Jesus said, if you love me, obey my commandments. And one of the things he commanded us to do is to judge. People who normally say they don't judge other people quote the scriptures wrongly. And they normally refer just to Matthew chapter 7, verse 1, where Jesus said, judge not that you be not judged. What they must do is to read on to verse 5. In the same passage of the Bible, in Matthew chapter 7, verses 1 to 5, just after Jesus had said, judge not that you be not judged, he then went on to say, first, remove the plank from your own eyes so that you can see clearly, to remove the speck from other people's eyes. What Jesus teaches is that we must judge, and the process is to start with yourself. Judge yourself first, and then if you qualify, and I'll tell you how, then you can judge other people. How do you qualify to judge? When Jesus said, first remove the plank from your own eyes, in practical terms, it means if you don't steal, for example, if you don't steal, then you have removed the stealing plank from your eyes. And that enables and qualifies you to then judge other people who steal. That is exactly what Jesus taught in that passage. So please, don't say you don't judge and you don't like judging. No, you have to, because it's a requirement. And Jesus then clarified that point in John 7:24, where he says clearly we must judge with righteous judgment. In fact, other scriptures say we should judge other things too, not just ourselves and other people. We should judge all things. Please see 1 Corinthians 6, verses 2 and 3, and 1 Corinthians 11:31. It is some people's jobs actually to judge. For example, if you are a magistrate, you must judge people. If you are a high court judge, or say a Supreme Court judge for that matter, you must make judgments. You have to judge people. If you are a manager, a director, or chief executive in an organization, it is part of your job to discipline staff members where necessary. Disciplinary action necessitates judgment. You have to judge and decide if it warrants disciplinary sanctions. If you sit on a selection panel and 2 or more people apply for jobs, you must make judgment to decide who the best applicant is, providing you appoint the best applicant for the job, not just people you favor. Appointing the best person for the job is similar to what Jesus has said in John 7:24, making righteous judgment. In fact, 2 Timothy 3:16 says that God inspired all scriptures and then gives us the purposes of the scriptures. And the purposes include to teach, to correct, and yes, to judge. Some Bible versions say to reproof, to reprimand, to tell off. So yes, you have to judge. 1 Peter 4:17 says judgment starts in the church. And James 3:1 says ministers, preachers are held to a higher standard. So when you hear ministers and preachers tell you not to judge them, they are misleading you. They misquote the scriptures. For example, they tell you things like, oh, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. You are not harming them. What you are doing is correcting them. It's not a harm to tell people the gospel truth, because that is what Jesus requires of all of us. Telling you not to judge is what psychologists call defense mechanism. Defense mechanism in psychology is something people say or do to hide bad behaviors. So you don't correct them or criticize them, or tell them that what they've done is bad. That is defense mechanism. So please don't listen to people who tell you, oh, don't judge ministers, don't correct ministers. Jesus himself subjected himself to scrutiny. He made clear, he said to people, you can scrutinize his teachings to determine the truth. He wanted people to make their own determinations. That necessitated judgment because Jesus was very confident he had spoken the gospel truth. If you believe you are teaching the gospel truth, then you must invite people to scrutinize your own work. Remember, everybody is required to obey Jesus Christ, and he commands us to judge with righteous judgment. So please stop saying, I don't judge. I don't judge myself for other people. It's a sin. Jesus said clearly, John 14:15, if you love me, obey my commandments. And I repeat for reason of emphasis, one of his commandments is that we must judge with righteous judgment. Thank you very much. If you have enjoyed this video, then kindly please subscribe to Crossminders channel on YouTube. Crossminders is for Jesus's cross-minded people seeking actively to promote the gospel truth and to tell the truth about the message of the cross. On Crossminders, you can ask and answer questions and then make your own comments promoting true biblical teachings. Thank you very much for watching this video. I am Dr. Innocent Izamoji. God bless you.